Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Miss Rihanna, and today I'm going to talk about the 10 facts about myself. More so it's like an icebreaker so you can get to know me a little bit. So top of the list, overthinker. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys overthink a lot of situations. You know, it's human. Everybody does it. It's just the key is not to let the overthinking get too far. And my experience, sometimes it does get too far, and then sometimes it is a good thing because for me, I look at it as more so as just me over analyzing a situation because I'm not sure and I need to know more. But sometimes it can be a burden because it's like you don't need to overthink every situation, and that's kind of a struggle for me sometimes. So between trait and flaw, I would say it's about 50-50. So the next fact about me is I love astrology. I love anything to do with astrology. I've actually looked into trying to learn astrology, but the only thing is there's not really many courses on it. More so you could learn it yourself. It's self-sufficient. It's basically not like a field that you could actually go to college for. It's just something that you can study and you can learn on for your own self. So that's something I've opted into doing. So we're gonna get to our third fact, which is writing. I love to write. Writing has also been a very good aspect for me, especially when it has to do with venting. I'm a very private person and I don't like to tell too many people my problems, more so because I feel like, not more so of a burden, it's just that I don't like for things to be too much about myself, and I don't want to be like, have my friends overloaded with all of this information. It's like, I don't want to put that pressure on them because they have their own life, they have their own problems, they have other things going on. I don't feel like I should be, bothering them all the time with it. So I kind of opted into writing. I first started writing poetry, kind of liked it a little bit, then moved on to writing music, and that helped out a lot. But as you get older, you get busy, you lose interest in things. So writing music is something that I necessarily don't do anymore. It's just every now and then when I'm in the mood and I can feel like things coming together, I'll write it down, but it's not that big of a thing anymore. So now I just kind of just write how I'm feeling, write how things make me feel, and it's a good way to vent, get things out. And also you don't have to worry about bothering people. You don't have to worry about friends feeling overloaded and everything. It's just perfect. So the next fact about me would be clairaudient. I'm actually clairaudient, which basically just means that you can hear more than the average person could hear, such as sound waves. All objects all objects have their own certain sound. And at first it was a struggle because it's like, it's new to me, and it's like it interferes with basically everything that you're doing because you just hear these noises all the time. And for me, I'm a very light sleeper, so hearing these constant movements, these constant noises, is just like, what the fuck, how do I turn this shit off? And it becomes frustrating. But when you learn more about it, learn how to control it, it's actually pretty good. Another thing is ringing in the ears. That's something I had to learn to get used to. It's not bad because I can kind of tone it out, but it does get intense sometimes. Like, my hearing is very sensitive to loud noises. So anything loud, it's like, I can't handle it. It's like aching freaking pain in my ear, and it just feels like my head's gonna explode. Another thing is voices in your head. You hear constant voices in your head. It's not all the time like you're schizophrenic or nothing and it's like, oh, go jump off a bridge or something. No, it's not like that. It's basically like you're hearing your own voice in your head, but you also know that it's not you that's talking because it obviously has knowledge of things that you don't have knowledge of. Example that I would say would be having a conversation with someone, and you know, you guys are talking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and all of a sudden this word pops out that you've never heard of before, you've never known, and it's like, you know, during the conversation you don't notice it, but then once the conversation's over, you're like, what the fuck was that? Like, I've never heard this word before. So kind of like that. It's more so, you know, you have guardian angels. You know, we all have guardian angels. Some people call them guides, some people call them spirit angels. Everybody have their different names for them. I call them my homies. So my homies are in my head, and I have multiple different homies, but I have two certain ones that talk to me more than the others, and more that I can hear more than the others. And it's kind of like they kind of balance itself out, because I have one that's more so nonchalant and gets straight to the fucking point. Oh shit. Yeah, by the way, it's raining. And the second one is more so calming, soothing, understanding. So it kind of equals itself out. It's not like you have this person like attacking you. It's like, you know, they equal itself out. So that's good. So the next fact about myself would be empath. I'm also an empath. So basically meaning, you know, empaths is basically, we're normal people just like everyone else. The only difference is that we can feel pretty much what other people are feeling just from being around them. And this happens a lot for me when I'm at work. And it's only because of the type of work that I do. I'm in contact with people all the fucking time. So most of the day I leave with a headache, because you're feeling so many people's presence, so many people's emotions at once, and it's like draining, overwhelming, and you just feel exhausted. And you know, there's times where someone could just be freaking angry, and I'll just be aggravated for no reason. And for me, when I get aggravated, I get hot. And when I get hot, I get even more aggravated because I'm hot. So it's like finding ways to control other people's emotions from not really affecting you as much has been a struggle. You know, I try to balance it out, but sometimes it isn't the easiest. But, you know, it's life. I've learned to accept that about myself and just move on and go forward. So yeah, that was that one. So the next one would be claircognizance. Now that one basically is clear feeling of just knowing things. So basically, if you ever been in a situation where you're talking to someone and they're always finishing your sentences, and I know it can be kind of annoying, and I do that shit all the time, and I don't mean to do it, it's just that I'm an impatient person on top of that. I should have added that to the list. But even with conversations, like if I already know what you're going to say, it's no point in me waiting for you to say it, because it's like I know what you're going to say. So I automatically interpret it like, yeah, this is what you mean. And I know it can be annoying, and I try not to do it as much, but it's like, yeah, I just know. So basically, it's kind of like intuition times 300. It's just you pretty much already know what the situation is, what the situation will be. It's no nothing about it. It's just, I fucking know. That's it. That's the best way I can explain it. I just fucking know. So yeah. The next thing on the list, solitary witch. So I do practice in a little bit of witchcraft. Not too much, not too deep into it. But I do write certain spells. I do say certain spells, more so healing spells for myself and friends and family. You know, of course, naturally, everybody needs financial abundance every now and then. So, you know, money spells, things of those sorts are the, you know, the kind of things that I go on and I cast and I do for myself. So the next thing would be music, which anybody, I'm not gonna say anybody, but majority of, you know, people that have the psychic ability of clairaudient loves music. And it's just because you feel so at home and so in tune with music, because it relaxes you. You know, you hear so much all the time, and it's like your hearing is so extensive where I can recall there's this guy I work with. I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, he tells me all of the time that I have bad ears because I can literally hear every fucking thing. Like, it could be a situation where he's whispering something to someone and I already know what he's saying. And just thinking about that, it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, so music flows all through it. It helps calms me, it helps ease me, relaxes me. Music is great. I love music. So the next thing would be, which is the last thing, would be confidence. Some people may say, oh, I'm an egomastic type person. I don't really think so. I mean, because we all have confidence. But it's just, for me, I'm very confident and I'm very intuitive too. So with intuitive, for me, I feel like confidence and intuitive goes hand in hand. Because if you know what the fuck is going on, if you know what's happening, then there's no reason for you not to be confident because you already know what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't feel like it's overconfidence. I just feel like there's no reason to doubt anything. There's no reason not to be confident because I already know the situation and what's gonna happen. But yeah, so those are my 10 facts about myself.